On March 4th, the Hippodrome will be a portal back to the Jazz Age for the third annual A Night at the Theater event sponsored by Housing Families First.
What a great place for that, too. Executive Director of Housing Families First, Beth Van Turnbull, and Cab Calloway is here. Well, sort of, as Cab Calloway is performed by Thomas Nell, and they're going to fill us in on this event and the organization, and we're so excited to have you. All right, so Cab Calloway is one of the great wild men of show business. I mean, just electric. Are you able to pull that off?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Well, he's got the look already to start with, so we're good to go.
To play Cab Calloway helps me bring out the wild side of me that I don't ordinarily show on a day-to-day basis. So I'm living.
You wouldn't be able to have a job if you showed that every day.
And
he was wide open, that guy.
Well, Beth, tell us about the event itself. This is the third annual, so obviously this is a good fundraiser for your organization.
It is, and it gets bigger and bigger each year. And this year we have a jazzy theme, A Night at the Theater, Return to the Jazz Age. So the Hippodrome is the perfect location for that with its Art Deco. Cab Calloway actually performed at the Hippodrome back in the day, so we're pleased to have him back.
You may be able to channel him
Exactly.
directly.
Hopefully.
And there's going to be dancing, live jazz from Richmond legend Dot Branch. We're a crowd that loves to dress up and get into themes, so that 1920s jazz, get out flapper dresses.
Yeah, we don't necessarily
pinstripes.
require you to dress this way for our show.
We're just very enthusiastic, and any chance to dress up. We're a crowd that likes to dress up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Silent auction. We've got what we're calling games for gangsters and dames, some interactive things for people to do, along with a performance by Cab Calloway. So we're really excited about this year's event.
People can channel their inner guys and dolls.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about the organization and what exactly it is that you do.
Sure. Housing Families First gets families out of shelter, off the streets, and back into permanent housing. So we have an emergency shelter for families experiencing homelessness and a program called Rapid Rehousing that gets families into rental units, and then we work with them there and connect them with our community partners so they can stay stably housed in the long run. On any given night, we have over 100 children and adults living in our programs and have about 250 people a year referred into the programs. And what we're most proud of is a year after people exit from Housing Families First, 85% of not returned to homelessness are still stably housed. And so we have about a quarter of the shelter beds in the region, about the third largest rapid rehousing program, and a modest budget that we're able to do a lot with. So we're proud of what we do and would love for people to come out to the event or visit our website and get involved volunteering or in other ways.
And Thomas, that's one of the things about you being involved in this. You heard about the program and were very impressed by what they do.
Yes, I'm a big fan of Housing Families First. I performed at the event last year, A Night at the Theater. Got to meet some amazing people, learned a lot more about the organization, and was transported back in time along with the other guests, and all for a worthwhile cause.
So just a really nice, fun atmosphere,
yes.
A good night.
Yes, people put on their best pinstripe suit, their finest flapper dresses, and dance the night away. Of course, you don't have to dress that way, but it sort of helps create the atmosphere for the evening. And this year, it's going to be at the Hippodrome, which is an amazing space to perform or just to have a good time. The Doc's House of Love Jazz Trio will be playing jazz standards, and of course, Cab Calloway will be performing a few of his own tunes that people seem to enjoy.
Yes, he was truly a highlight of last year's event, and so we knew when we were going to the Hippodrome we had to have Cab Calloway back.
Sounds like quite the night. Thank you. The third annual Housing Families First, A Night at the Theater, A Return to the Jazz Age, is Saturday, March 4th at the Hippodrome in Richmond's historic Jackson Ward. The fun starts at 7. We'll put a link to more information, including how to get tickets at WTVR.com/VTM.